Hey guys, Dylan from Noblerecordstore here. Just wanted to tell you guys about the crazy weekend I had, but mainly about the yard sale that I hit on Saturday. We've got some footage from that. It was a pretty wild and crazy event. Before we get started, I just want to do what I always do, tell you what we got on the turntable. This is the Rolling Stones, going back to the Roots American Tour, July 1972. This is on Rubber Dubber Records. Just for future reference, if you're ever picking up a bootleg and you're not sure about it, it has that Rubber Dubber stamp, buy it. They make great quality bootlegs. Everything that I can pick up by that Rubber Dubber label, I try to get. So on Saturday morning, late Friday night, I just haven't been to yard sales in a long time, and Friday night I was thinking, you know what, I'm gonna look and see if we got any coming up tomorrow. It's gonna be freezing cold, probably not. It's been raining, but I'll see. There was one like 5 minutes down the road from my house. It didn't say anything about records or anything like that, but it looked pretty good. It had a pinball machine, which was a great sign. It was a full estate sale, and those are the ones I like to hit because everything in the entire house is for sale. The people are not attached to the stuff, they just want it gone. So I was really excited about it. Didn't have my hopes up too much, but drove out there. I woke up at 6 a.m., got out there by 6:30. Got there, I was the first one there. Started at 7. But I was the first one there at 6:30. I said, hey, you guys open for business? And he said, yeah, sure, come on in. So I walk in, and as soon as I walk in the door, I look over here to my left, and there's a sweet vintage silver face receiver. So I'll tell you more about all this stuff, show you some video of me walking through and everything. But see that receiver has a price tag of $4 on it. So I throw it under my arm, and I walk into, this is just the garage at this point, walk into the house, and the house has, the guy had made himself a just blast room. His recliner was right in the middle, and then there were, I'm assuming he had a quadraphonic system, because he had speakers in every corner aimed right at the recliner, so it seems like he's just going there and just blasted. I mean, the way he had this room rigged was awesome. Also in that room, we had cassette decks, we had a couple equalizers, things like that, and I'll show you that. But the story behind this house was the people that bought it said that they just bought the house as is with everything in it. The backstory is that the man that lived there, he had retired with his wife, and they had drove down to the beach for vacation. They got down there. They really enjoyed being there. They were both retired. They didn't have anything to get back to, so they stayed a while. Well, they ended up liking it so much, they found a house out there that they really liked, and they put an offer on it and got it. So then they moved in with the luggage that they had. They decided they didn't want to come home. They enjoyed it there, so they sold the house as is with everything inside. So they said that the owner's son came by and picked up just a couple things out of the house. And wouldn't you know it, the couple things were the receiver, which they said was big and heavy. Not the receiver, the turntable, which they said was big and heavy, and all the records. He said that there were maybe 500 records. So I was really sick about that, but can't really complain too much because I got some great stuff, speakers, radios, all this, anything that was audio related. I put it in my stack. So I called dibs on everything in this one on the couch. I put everything on the couch, and I told the lady, I said, I'm buying everything on this couch. Don't let anybody else get it. And it actually didn't ever turn into a madhouse. No one ever really came. I don't know why, but no one showed up. I actually called my dad. My dad came down, and he bought a bunch of tools and stuff. I bought some tools. I ended up buying a generator for $20. Worked and everything. Really awesome. So Great yard sale, really incredible stuff. So let me take a minute and show you some of the stuff that I ended up getting at the yard sale.
Alright, so we've got some custom built speaker cabinets with speakers. I know a lot of these speakers look rough. We do have a replacement one over here on the top left, but these speaker cabinets were $5 each, so I could not turn them down. They're freaking huge and heavy, but they're awesome. Here's a Craig regulated power supply. Next to it says QSC electronic crossover rack amplifier. It's pretty nice. I think it probably still works. Up here on top is an Akai CR80D 8-track player. I really hope this works. I'd love to be able to use it. Here is a Pioneer CTF 900 cassette deck. These are really, really nice if you can get them up and running. Over here is Audio Decks Laboratories AL Director stereo tape input, a controller type situation. Over here is a vintage Archer video sound processor. I guess that's for your video setup if you're running that through your sound system. And down here is a Craig Series 5000 integrated receiver. Pretty cool, $4 on that. Down here is a Craig shortwave radio. This was $1, so I had to pick it up. So I'm going to do what I can to see if I can get this thing going. It's not worth a whole lot, but it's pretty neat. So, yeah, solid state. This is a box of stuff I got for $3, and I didn't see this till after I got into it. This was a Shure V15 sealed cartridge. These are all sealed 8-track tapes. These are all getting shipped off to our good friend Billy Hurst because he can use them and I can't. So some of them are sealed. All the seal's broken on some of them, but yeah, pretty neat stuff. So down here, I'm just digging in this box for the first time, guys. This is a label maker, like an old school label maker. Pretty cool. Yeah, I just grabbed it when I saw the 8-track tapes. This, and in this video, I'm literally discovering what this is. This is an old guitar pickup. You see the tone and volume knobs right there. There's the pickup for like an old Tiesco or something. There's a soldering iron. Pretty cool. Down here, this is like a metal measuring tape, still sealed. I know that all this stuff is like super random. And then this is some Gibson guitar polish. I don't know if I'm going to put this on my Gibson guitar, but it looked pretty cool. So, hey, what are you going to do? Over here is a vintage 1979 Star Trek foil poster. These things are actually pretty valuable. And then up here is a Bart Simpson sweatshirt. It looked pretty good and in nice shape, so I grabbed it. If you want it, let me know. This is a Brownie 300 Kodak movie projector. Still in the box. It's pretty neat stuff. So yeah. So, really epic yard sale. Like I said, it kind of restored my faith in yard sales again. Hadn't been in a while. Usually when I go, I drive around aimlessly and just, if they advertise for records and everybody gets there early and it's hard to get anything, and so I haven't looked out at yard sales for a while, but this one really kind of restored my faith in yard sales. So just to throw in a little nugget for you, a bonus footage if you will. So this is Sunday. I'm shooting this video tonight. A guy had sent me an email saying that he had heard that I bought records, and he said he had about 1,000 in his garage. He had kind of done a thing to where he didn't want to just buy one record here or there. He would just buy collections, and whatever he didn't want or like, he just put out in the garage, and he would keep all the good stuff inside. So the guy, I mean, I gotta hand it to him. He must have hustled out some collections because he had probably 2,000 records out in his garage. But he was very new to collecting. He didn't really know what he liked yet. So he did have some Blue Notes that he said he wasn't ready to sell yet. But these are some things that he had out in the garage. I went and kind of picked for a little while. Didn't have a whole lot of time this evening, but I went over there just to kind of see what he had.
On this stack of records, I spent $40. You know, like I said, he was a collector. He needed to get some money to buy some stuff he really wanted. So these are the things that I bought from him. This is everything. This is the Beatles 1962 to 1970. This is sung by King's Road. I've just picked this up because it looked cool. I don't really do that too terribly often, but you know, I know it's not the Beatles, but it looks so cool. I just thought I could get it. And I know a lot of Beatles fanatics around here that might be interested in it if I don't end up liking it. The second one was Queen's Live Killers. You know, cover's not great, but vinyl's okay. Police Synchronicity, because why not? This is Linda Ronstadt, a retrospective. I picked this up for a friend. He has a beat up copy that he's been listening to his whole life. It's like his favorite. And he really was like, man, you got to listen to this. It's just such a great collection of Ronstadt. And I don't really listen to Linda Ronstadt ever. So I told him I'd give it a shot, and he needed an upgrade copy. This one's really, really nice. So I grabbed it for him. Richard and Linda Thompson, First Light. Sorry. I love Richard Thompson. I love the Richard and Linda Thompson stuff. I didn't have this, so I picked it up. Steppenwolf, the second. Jim Hall Concierto. Really excited about hearing this. The only Jim Hall I'm really familiar with was the Jim Hall and Bill Evans album. So looking forward to hearing that. This is Bill Withers, Adjustments. This is beat up, but the vinyl's good, and it was $1, so why not? This is a really nice copy of Pink Floyd Animals. This will go out at my next pop-up, but it's in really good shape. Let's see. Copy of Led Zeppelin 1, decent shape. Man, this is a killer record. James Brown, Revolution of the Mind. I actually already have this, so I think I'll probably get rid of it, but really, really cool record. And this one, this is a copy of Led Zeppelin 2. It's not a perfect copy, but when I pulled it out and checked the dead wax, wouldn't you know it, there's that RL on both sides. The RL, if you don't know about it, in the dead wax, you know, you have your numbers, your matrix numbers in there. If you find a copy of Led Zeppelin 2 that has RL in the dead wax, Robert Ludwig mastered it. Now, Robert Ludwig was incredible. His masters are always the best. His mixes are choice. But the brief story behind this one, the way I've heard it, that Robert Ludwig mastered this album. They put it out, a very limited release, I guess. And one of the record executives brought the record home to give to his daughter. His daughter put it on her cheap turntable, which had a really lightweight tone arm, and the mix was so hot that it actually caused the album to skip because the tone arm was so light. So she told her dad it skipped. He was furious. He took it back and said, recall these, do another mix. This one's not good. And so they recalled it, and they re-released it with a different mix. So the original Robert Ludwig hot mix is incredible. A lot of people, this is opinion now, a lot of people say it's better than the master recording, it's better than the Japanese pressing, it's better than the UK pressing. People say it is the one. So I love it. Actually, I have one. This is an upgrade copy for me. I actually think I have 3 now. So, and then this one was a blind buy. I did not know what this was. This is from an artist called Chemist, and it's Dubsplash 84. Just that cover. I thought it was a comp at first, but I looked at the back, and it has some. I'll show you the back. It has some artists like Robbie Shakespeare, Lloyd Parks, Sly Dunbar, Lloyd Parks, and then it has the one thing that made me buy it was the guy, the drummer went by one name. His name was Scully. So I don't know. It just seemed like it would really be cool. It's in really good shape. It's on Black Scorpio Records. It's just really cool record. It just spoke to me. So I blind bought it, took it home, put it on the turntable, and it's incredible reggae, like dub reggae. Discogs price on it's, I think, between like, 30 and 80. So good buy, I'd say. I'm really excited about getting into this a little bit more. But anyway, so that was my weekend, guys. I hope you guys had a great weekend, and I'll see you soon.